Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. Today's Tearing Apart video is going to be a bit different from my usual ones because it's about sort of a TikTok series rather than a TV show or a movie or anything. But I wanted to really get into this because it's a bit suspicious and I think it's something that we should be talking about. Okay, so this is about Jessie Paege, who is a young musician on the internet. She's very cool. I've been a fan of her before. She did a song called It's Not a Phase, which is about bisexuality, which is something that has interested me in her because I'm bi. So I just thought that it was really cool that she was putting out that kind of content, and she's been a bit of an idol for the queer community. And she's always seemed like a really decent person. She's also been very open about recovering from an eating disorder and getting better and weight gain and gaining confidence in herself. So obviously stuff like that is really commendable, and I'm really happy that she's a lot healthier now. But this wishing well TikTok popped up on my For You page or somewhere, and I like Jessie and I have a lot of respect for Jessie and a lot of time for her. It just seemed very suspicious. So I'm just going to go through it with you now. So basically Jessie claims that she was supposed to get engaged to another woman. They were both closeted and scared. They used to meet up at this fountain that they called the Wishing Well. Probably not the fountain that's in the video, but she's using that as an illustration. That's fair enough. And they had a plan that when they finished school, they would run away together and they would get married. One day, they were going to host their own little, fake wedding at the Wishing Well. So she turned up to see her girlfriend for the fake wedding, and her homophobic parents were there. And an argument happened, I suppose. And then she never saw this girl again. And she doesn't know where she is in the world. Like, she's completely gone from the world. And she made this song to help find her, apparently. She called it Wishing Well in the hope that this girl would remember the code name and remember her and would look for her. It comes out June 30th, which is the day after Jessie came out. And in the caption of the video and in the caption of subsequent videos that she's uploaded about the same thing, she is telling people to comment with a fountain emoji and basically fill the comments with fountain emojis so that she can find her true love. Now, if you spam someone's video with emojis and put loads of comments of fountain emojis, all that does is it makes the video popular and it makes it gain money. And in this case, the video is an advert for a song that she's, releasing, that she's selling. I'm not saying that she shouldn't promote her stuff, but comment fountain emoji to boost this so I can find her. That's not how it works. The commenting with emojis is gonna get you a lot of engagement so that you can get more money. It's not gonna necessarily help you find your true love. So it just seems very manipulative. Anyone who's got a bit of sense about it can see, oh, okay, if you tell people to comment beans in the chat or comment fountain emoji in the chat, that is a ploy to get engagement up on the video, and that's fine if you're honest about what that is. But she's saying that commenting these emojis will help her find her true love, and I just think that's really manipulative. I mean, I guess getting more engagement on the video may make her true love more likely to find the video, but even that's a bit of a reach. She could just say, comment with these emojis so my song gets popular or something, but she's using this to say that it's going to help her find her true love, who was torn away from her by homophobic parents, and it just seems very suspicious and a bit emotionally manipulative. Obviously, I wanted to believe the story. I didn't want to be a hater and be like, oh, she's making it up, because I don't want to accuse someone of lying unless I'm sure of it. But I did kind of feel a bit suspicious about this from the start. So without trying to be accusatory, I asked, so what happened after that? She blocked your number, or you changed your number so she couldn't contact you? Did they leave town? Did you not have her social medias? I don't understand how you just never saw her again. Because, yeah, okay, she might have left town. She might have left her home. Surely she had at least Facebook or a phone number or something. And some people are saying, oh, it's just a weird backstory for a song. She's not saying it's true, which is a lie. She's saying this is a true story. So I don't mind people making fictional backstories for a song, but don't pretend that it's true and try and get people to help you find your fiancé or don't claim to be a victim of homophobia, or use that to emotionally manipulate people. If it's fictional, just say it's fictional, but don't lie about something that's fictional and pretend it really happened to you and try and get people to be emotionally invested. Somebody replied to me saying, she deleted my comment when I questioned the same thing. So, she didn't know her name, her friends, her family, where she lived or lives. Ridiculously sus. Using fake trauma for promotion is gross. I liked her up until this point. So I felt actually really reassured hearing that, because I felt a bit crazy, feeling like this whole situation was suspicious, because all the comments were saying, oh, it's so hard for queer women, it's so hard for young queer people, you're so brave to talk about this situation of being a victim of homophobia. People were really invested, and I was like, I don't want to be a hater, but this sounds incredibly fake. So it was a bit reassuring for someone else to be like, yeah, you're right. You're not crazy. It does sound fake. So I found some other comments on that video. Someone said, you don't know her name. Jessie says, pre-save wishing well or else. Like, that's not suspicious. The same person commented, no way is this real. And someone else commented, so y'all were going to get engaged and she didn't have your phone number or any contact. So it's not just me that was thinking this sounded fake. Okay, so she also posted this one soon after. So people are already commenting on this saying, you were supposed to get engaged, but you don't know their last name, their socials. Yeah, so obviously I'm not the only one who's having some feelings about this. I'll just play the video through.
Jade, I think I found a way to find the girl. The girl I've literally been looking. I actually can't believe this happened.
Jessie, yes. Maybe I'll try the lamp instead. Not the.
Is that Jessie Paege?
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
I dated my cousin.
Oh, wait, who?
Who's your... Basically, long story short, I was at Disney with my friend Amanda, and I was wearing my merch, and I was like, hey Amanda, can you take photos of me in front of... Like, hey, I saw your video on TikTok, and I think you were talking about my cousin. I think you dated my cousin. I gave him my phone number to connect us, which might have not been the smartest idea, because he might have literally just been messing with me, but I am praying, okay?
Okay, so, I mean, I feel like she didn't even try to make that seem convincing. So she's posing in front of the Haunted Mansion, and she was posing outside the Haunted Mansion on a bin. She was like, hey mate, come here. We're going to stand outside the Haunted Mansion. Let me get on my bin and let me touch a lamppost like this. You can take pictures and someone else can film it. And that is apparently how an influencer is going to take pictures for her Instagram. Is this really how it looks like to you when an influencer or a content creator takes pictures for her Instagram? She's having pictures taken, but they're filming it. They just happen to be filming it. I know she's a content creator, so I guess they probably film everything they do. But they just happen to be filming, and then a guy's voice comes into the video and says, I think you dated my cousin. And she goes, oh my God, who's your cousin? And then there's no feedback over whether he said the correct name. If he said, oh, her name is Sarah Jones from Virginia, she'd be like, oh my God, my person's Sarah Jones from Virginia. It could be the same person. And we would at least know if they had the same name or the same background or anything. But it just cuts out. Who's your cousin? It cuts out. And she said she gave the guy her number. So she didn't get a name of this cousin. She didn't get a number of this cousin. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, anything. She doesn't even seemingly know the person's full name. She just said that. The guy said, I think you know my cousin, give me your phone number. And that was that. So a lot of people, including myself, were really skeptical about Jessie, that situation seems fake, or skeptical that a strange man came up to her and got her phone number and disappeared. But either way, you think she'd know the first and last name of the person that she was going to get married to. If she just wanted to keep the woman's name secret, she could have asked him the name, and she could have got back to us and said, he said the same name, it's the same name as my future fiance, or the same name as the girl I was in love with. I can't believe they could have the same name. Maybe it's the same person. I'll keep you posted. But she didn't. So she didn't even get the name of the person and just gave this guy her phone number. Either the guy was a creep and Jessie was really naive and just didn't even ask for a name from this person, or the whole thing was a setup and like it's scripted and they were just filming that to boost her song and to get promotion for the song. I do think that it's probably the second one. She was posing outside the haunted mansion on a bin. I mean, I'm sure Jessie's intelligent. Even if she was quite naive and excited at the time, you would ask at least the person's name. Or you'd say, hey, I've lost contact with her. You know, she deleted her Instagram or something. Can you put me onto her socials? We live in the 21st century. There's no way she wouldn't get a name and or socials for this person. So it just seems completely sus. So I didn't mention that the title of the TikTok is I Found the Girl. So obviously you then click on it. And then it says, I might have found the girl. I spoke to someone and he might be her cousin and we might have found the girl. She's just kind of being openly dishonest with this stuff. She is making so much content about this.
I might have found her. I don't know. I got this text and there's so many pieces of information where like only she would know this. No one's gonna believe me. And honestly, I don't even know.
I wonder why.
It actually is her, because it just feels like too good to be real, and if this is someone messing with me, that kind of hurts my feelings. But I got your number from blah blah blah. I've been wanting to reach out to you for years, and I hope you're doing well. Since school I went to, I don't live in New Jersey anymore. I'm now living in blah blah. I've listened to Wishing Well, and it reminded me of the good times I forgot we had. It did make me.
Okay, so this girl was planning on getting married to a person, making a lifelong commitment, meeting her by this secret fountain behind the parents' backs, and she forgot she had those times. She just forgot them until she saw the Wishing Well video. It doesn't add up. I've always loved your guitar playing. I repressed a lot of myself over the years, but then I came out last year. Even my parents came around. Okay, well that's good. If someone came out of the closet and their parents finally accepted them and stuff, that's great, but if this is fake, this is such an awful thing to lie about. Like someone being oppressed by their homophobic parents and controlling them, and don't get lying about something like this. But also, how can it be true? It reminded me of the good times I forgot we had. I forgot about you until I heard this song. It just doesn't add up. And I just don't feel like any of this is honest.
We miss you. I always loved your guitar playing. TBH, I've repressed a lot of myself over the years, but came out last year, and my parents actually came around, even insert parents' name.
Okay, so she knows the parents' name. She knows the parents' name, but she doesn't know her fiance's name, apparently. Normally you'd say even mum or even dad, so I don't know why it would have a parent's name. And again, there's no name. There's no, hi Jessie, it's blank, and the name's obviously censored. You can censor the name, that's fine. There's no name. There's no mention of this person having a name. It just doesn't make sense.
I'll be there for my marketing job later in July.
And if this is true, I feel really bad for saying it isn't. I never want to accuse someone of lying about their trauma. I never want to make that accusation if I'm not sure about it, but there's just too much that doesn't add up. Jessie, if this is all true and I'm in the wrong, I'm really sorry. But also, it just doesn't seem like that's the case. So she teases, I can't remember all of these in order, but she teases for weeks on end that she's found the girl. She thinks she's found the girl. She's definitely found the girl. How I Met My Wishing Well Girl. And then How I Met My Wishing Well Girl Part 2. So she kind of...
Hello, I'm going to be doing a story time of How I Met My Wishing Well Girl.
She drags it out. There it is, sorry. So she's censoring the girl, which is fine. The girl might not want to be on camera. Wait, is that her? I'm so confused. I'm so happy for you either way. It was a full-on YA... Yeah, a lot of people were like, oh my god, this sounds so much like a romance movie. I'm not used to using TikTok on my computer, but obviously I can't use my phone when I'm using it for this. So... Oh, you just mute it. Okay. So happy you found... This is a full-on YA romance, and it makes me so... I can't actually scroll down, because when I try and scroll... I fucking hate computers. When I try and scroll, it goes to the next thing. Yeah, no, it won't let me scroll because it's not on the phone. Yeah, so a lot of people were saying, oh my God, this is like a romance novel. It's like a YA novel. This is so amazing. And you found your true love. I think it is just a YA romance fiction, which is fine if that's what you're saying it is, but she's trying to pass fiction off as the truth. And she's lying about trauma and homophobia, which ruins it. Like, just do a cool fictional story. Don't lie about something and say that it really happened to you if it didn't. Okay, that was cute, and yeah, maybe they were long lost friends or lovers or whatever that got reunited, and that's valid. I just don't think that they were engaged, or planning to get engaged. They had all these plans of getting married, and she didn't have a first and last name, she didn't have a phone number, she didn't have an address, she didn't have Facebook or Instagram or anything. I know somebody in the comments did say that Jessie had mentioned the girl having an Instagram that had got deleted or something, and having a very common name, but it just doesn't add up. Especially with the cousin that saw her and said, hey, I think you dated my cousin, and then there's no update on whether they even have the same name as each other. It just doesn't make any sense. Again, they might be a couple that are really cute together, and they might have got through homophobia and stuff and be feeling much better about it and in a much better place, and that's great, but the story itself, there's just too much that is definitely not true, and it just sours it for me. If it was more of an honest situation, I would be feeling the wholesomeness that everyone else seems to be feeling, but I am not, because there's just too much dishonesty. Okay, so this is after she reunited with the girl. Should I wear this for a date? With my wishing well girl. Yeah, we get it. It's all promo for the song. That's all it is. It's just promo for the song that she pretends is a real story that we're helping her with. Okay, so it's like, I met my wishing well girl, and then the next one is like, should I wear this on a date? And then it's like, but I'm still single. So it's like she's just using this clickbait. Oh my God. But we're getting to know each other. But are they single? Oh my God. Thank you for all the support. I'll keep you updated. She's just going to continue to lead people up the garden path while they give her more and more views, which leads to more and more money. And then they stream her song, which leads to more and more money. And she's just using people. I'm sorry, that's what it seems like to me.
Queer baiting. So he ended up coming out via this tweet, which
I have so much empathy whenever I hear this story, as we all should, but also because on a way smaller scale, this exact thing kind of happened to me. Long story short.
She is right about that. I was actually online when it happened, and she posted a picture of her in a big rainbow dress, and she posted that she felt like an LGBTQ Disney princess. And then she got so many comments accusing her of queer baiting that she ended up coming out as bi. So I definitely support her in that case. There does need to be conversations about that sort of thing happening, but then within the serious conversations, there's conversations that are definitely not true, and it just ruins it for me. So she has kind of come forward with the truth, but again, it's sort of buried in a longer video, and most people are just seeing the small TikToks. So let me just get to the point. Okay, I was reading these comments. Somebody said, is this actually true, or is it just promotion for the song? And then someone else, probably the person from before, said, she deleted my comment when I questioned how she didn't know her name to search on socials, didn't know what city she lived, didn't know friends or family, etc. The whole thing is about engagement and promotion. She is literally using fake trauma to promote a song, which I agree with. It's effed up. That's honestly gross, says someone else. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, she's making up a fake story as fiction, and she's allowed to do that. No, she's using fake trauma to promote a song. Let's call a thing what it is. So the person says that's honestly gross. Jessie replies, this jumping to conclusions with zero evidence is absolutely uncalled for. and unfair. And then someone else says, so is it real or a backstory? Either is fine. I don't agree that either is fine. I think it's very manipulative. Either is fine. I think we're all just curious. And then another person says, Jessie Paege, then why delete the comment? You could have simply said you're not comfortable sharing details. Yep, very true. There's no need to hide things if you're not being dishonest. Somebody else says, Jessie Paege, why will you do anything but answer the question? Is this true or is it promotion for the song, LOL? And then somebody replies, her reply to you is so wild. She has now posted a YouTube video explaining it was a childhood crush and they exchanged candy rings. So that's not quite the same as, it's not the same as being engaged. It's not the same as having a serious plan to get engaged. They were children. They exchanged candy rings. That was it. So now that we have the facts, Jessie, it's fair to say this is a bizarre marketing move. Okay, so I was like, wow, I was going to go to sleep, but I'm really interested now. So I want to find that video, and I got on her channel and I found the video.
I was kind of engaged at one point in my life.
That is not true.
I haven't talked about this.
That is also not true.
Because it is somewhat of a trauma. I like to forget about a lot of the things I did before I came out. If you haven't watched my coming out video, I don't know what you're doing. It's a beautiful thing to witness. I mentioned how my first kiss was with a girl. After that, there was another girl. So I was really scared of being seen as gay at my school because I had really bad internalized homophobia. And the girl I was talking to specifically had pretty homophobic parents. So basically me and this girl started talking, and we would only meet at this one spot that we called it the Wishing Well. Pre-save Wishing Well, link in my bio. We would meet at this place called the Wishing Well every Wednesday at 5 p.m. She was the first girl I ever loved. I don't even think I would have been able to come out if I hadn't had the experiences I had with her.
She then goes off topic a bit and talks about the misconception that she doesn't know the girl's name, and talks about the fact that she does know the girl's name, she just didn't want to out her. I've already covered why that doesn't really add up, so I'm going to skip that part. I might talk about it in a minute. She actually goes off topic and sort of drags it out a bit to probably keep the engagement up a bit before she gets to the next part. I'm going to skip this bit and I'm going to go straight to the conclusion of what we've already seen commented.
Force anyone to come out. Anyways, we had this plan to get married. Again, the gayest thing you've ever heard. Like, I hadn't even come out yet, and I was planning the wedding. And one day at the Wishing Well, she presented 2 ring pops. Jared had nothing on those ring pops, okay? Tiffany and Co. More like Tiffany and no.
So it's exactly as we suspected. She started off saying that she was nearly engaged and they planned to get engaged. Then it was like, oh, we were engaged. She was my fiance. At the beginning of the video, she's saying that they were engaged. And by not even halfway through, she's saying that they exchanged candy rings and were each other's like childhood sweethearts. That's not the same as being engaged. That commenter, if you're watching, you were exactly right, as I'm sure you're aware. She exaggerated the story to make it seem like they were either engaged or close to being engaged, and that they were then torn apart from each other, and that's why it didn't add up. That's why we're saying, how did the girl say that she forgot those times until you contacted her, or she was put in contact with you? How did you not know her full name and her socials and stuff? It wasn't like they were so close and they were like marriage material. They were kids who exchanged some candy rings. Now, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what happened, but just say that. Just say, when I was a kid, I had a girl I loved, we exchanged candy rings, we talked about being each other's true love, and now I'd like to find her. That makes so much more sense than claiming that you were would-be fiancés, but you didn't know each other's address or like phone numbers. It was just so ridiculous, and so many people have called it out. But unfortunately, if you look at the comments of this video, I don't know if it's from people who didn't watch the whole video, or they did, but they're somehow still none the wiser. But people are saying, oh my goodness, this story really happened, and yet people still choose to be homophobic. Why can't people change? And like, yes, homophobia is bad, and horrific things do happen, and people get torn away from their wives and fiancés and what have you. This is not one of those situations. It's completely confirmed now. She just exaggerated it to make money out of her audience and out of the population of TikTok, because the amount of promotion she was giving, this was spreading beyond her normal audience. She got the promo she wanted. She's going to make a lot of money from the song. I hope she's happy with that. I just hope she also knows that she got that by manipulating the truth and playing with people's emotions.
Vague in general about things because I don't want to out this person. If this person like wants to respond to all my videos and be loud about it, that's up to them. But I don't want to give too much specific information about this girl because I've been outed on the internet and it's really not fun. So you're not getting her name. I had a lot of people ask for her name. No. Okay, here's the thing. Of course I know her name, but I don't know what point she's at with her coming out, essentially. I don't want to give too many personal details about this person and what school I went to and anything like that.
So, as I said, she interrupted that story about her meeting Wishing Well Girl to speak to us about why she doesn't seem to know the name of the girl and why she hasn't told us the name of the girl. And she frames it in that way, like we're trying to find out the girl's name and she's not going to tell us because privacy. Again, I don't know about other people, but for me and for a few other people, it's not about finding out, like us wanting to find out the girl's name or thinking that Jessie doesn't know the girl's name simply because she hasn't told it to us. It's more that she didn't tell it to that cousin guy, even behind the scenes, and then come back to us and say that they spoke about the girl's name. She didn't seem to get it in that text she received. There was no part that says my name is blank. So it's not that we think she doesn't know the girl's name because she won't tell us. It's that she's not telling anyone else. Even if she censored it to us, if it seems like she's telling the name to the cousin and the person she's texting knew the name, that would make a lot more sense. The text is probably fake. And again, she's changing the subject and making it to this situation of, oh, it's because you guys want to know the girl's name. No, we want to know if her cousin knows her name. That's a different thing. That's where the dishonesty is coming into it. It's not that you should tell the name to us. It's that if you knew the name, it would come up to other people. And the situation of her knowing the parent's name and the parent's name being brought into it, but the girl's name has never been brought into it, it's fishy. Okay, so during the Wishing Well video, she did reference her coming out video and she told us to go and watch it if we haven't already. I did go and watch it because she mentioned that in the coming out video, she talked about her first kiss, which was with a girl. So I wanted to look it up to see if she mentioned the age that she was when she had her first ever kiss, because I wanted to figure out how old she was when she had the second kiss. I now know that she was middle school age, which in America is 18 to 13, so I didn't actually need to look it up. But I'm going to show you this anyway. So basically this is what she said about the girl that she had her first kiss with.
Anyway, so a lot of you know about my first kiss with a boy, but my first kiss was actually with a girl. In fact, my first kiss is even the reason why I started playing ukulele.
So that's all I could find on her first kiss. She didn't mention the age of the person, but again, we know what age Wishing Well Girl was now. She was middle school age, which is 18 to 13, so I didn't really need to find that, but I found this part, which was very interesting.
I was in a relationship this year, my first ever relationship. It was really hard for me. I was in a relationship this year, my first ever relationship.
So at the time of making her coming out video, 2018, Jessie had her first ever relationship that year. So anyone she kissed in middle school, she does not consider that she had a relationship with. She may have had a kiss, they may have gone on one date or something, they may have hung out at the well, but she didn't consider that she had had a relationship with someone until 2018. So she absolutely did not have someone she considered a fiance or a would-be fiance or someone who was a partner who she had serious plans to become their fiance. That did not happen. Until 2018, she did not have anything which she called a relationship. So that confirms it. That is the confirmation we needed. Jessie did not have a serious relationship with Wishing Well Girl. She did not have a serious relationship until 2018. She was with Wishing Well Girl in whatever capacity when they were age 11 to 13. It was not a serious relationship. There was no engagement. There were no serious plans for engagement. That story is for engagement in the other sense that it's to get famous on TikTok. We now know the truth. Okay, I don't really know what I'm getting myself into here. So she posted a video and I kind of don't want to upload my video until I've seen this because there might be something relevant. So she posted a video saying we broke up. And bear in mind, she said she's still single and she's not actually dating the girl. So who broke up? We don't know. So I thought I'd have a look and see what that's about, see how clickbaity it is or how dishonest it is or whatever. So let's just get into it. Oh,
Hello, my
fuck
people.
off.
Come with me to Disney after a breakup. Yeah. My outfit today was inspired by gay clowns because that's how I feel, like a gay clown. I was with my queen, Kelsey, and if you don't know, she sees ghosts. So I gave them a little show. Also, there's Peter Pan. If you don't know, I killed him in a song. Here I am watching this breadstick like I'm a beauty guru. Also, after this, some guy asked me to go to Paris.
Is that a
with him.
mozzarella
I'm not
stick?
gonna lie, I was a little scared for my life. Listen, at least someone still thinks I'm pretty, okay? I needed the validation. To the Winnie the Pooh ride. Here's me with my love life. Put on some deodorant. Hot.
Some 2017
then I met up with my other
jokes.
Queen Mackenzie. We went on Rise of the Resistance. I don't know why I think Kylo Ren is hot. I really thought about it. Like, damn. I'm really getting desperate and thirsty. Then I saw something that looked like a wishing well, and yeah. Listen, I'm glad I had my friends. Okay, this ride was so cute. Went back to the wishing well. Oh, don't we all? I wasn't lying when I said I was running right back to the wishing well.
Okay, so she posted that despite the fact they're not dating, that she was still unless I missed something.
Guys, I'm going on a date.
Last I saw she was single and they weren't dating and now they've broke up, but they weren't dating. So it's just more lies for the internet. So basically she got what she wanted. She got a certain amount of downloads on the song or a certain amount of streams or a certain amount of views or whatever she wanted. And then she ended the fake relationship and implied that the Wishing Well Girl doesn't think she's pretty anymore or something, and ended the relationship that never started in the first place because it was fake and it was a ploy to sell music and to get famous on TikTok. The end.